for a while.
Before COVID, like, what was your most recent festival that you went to?
I went to Wobbleland in February.
You've been to that at least once.
I've been there
twice,
3 times.
Three
That's my
times.
third year.
I feel like I always hear you talking about Walmart.
I don't even I really am not a big dubstep fan or rhythm fan at all, but it's just a fun, I don't know why, the whole part about being in San Francisco in the winter and just it's just a whole different crowd of people.
And you've taken Alexander McKee with you.
My first year. That first year, that was one of my first big time commitment festivals, and it was a hotel room not much bigger than this, and we had 12 people in it.
How'd you sleep?
Oh, we didn't sleep. But we had 2 queen beds, and we just pushed them together, and it just it was the most scary and most fun and most uncomfortable I've ever been at a festival, but it was we did it again and again. So
Yeah.
it was so fun. We met some of our best friends, some of my homies I actually just randomly met at that festival that I still keep in contact with today. So I definitely Zach Baby was there. He was on our channel last week. He was there, and then obviously my girl's Bomba.
BBC was there?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Oh my god.
It was
that sounds lit as fuck, actually.
It was
that group sounds gnarly.
It was we were all new friends, so it was just the whole, I don't even know how to describe that experience except for enough to make me want to go back 2 years in a row.
What? And okay, didn't someone get a tattoo from someone?
Yeah, oh my gosh.
And it was not
somebody,
a tattoo.
Oh, frick, if I can remember.
It's
I think Griffin brought a tattoo gun and it was Jono. I don't even remember these, I have not communicated with these guys since, but they all of a sudden, one of them brought a tattoo gun and was tattooing the living shit out of this guy's back all night long. And they there was a table this big, and they just reeled out a super long line of cocaine and just did the whole thing, and then they were tattooing the shit out of this guy's back, and they wrote Wobbleland 2017 or 2018 all over it. It was, and he still has these, every time I see him I'm like, show your back, and he's Wobbleland just written across the top. I'm like, this is, can you imagine having that on your body? This guy is for the artist, he's offered his body to be practiced on. So his body's covered in tattoos.
That's kind of dope.
I mean, it's pretty cool, but they're some of them are just bizarre tattoos.
When I think of you, the names you just said, when I think of 12 people in a single hotel room and then drugs, a tattoo gun, I don't think of sterile processes.
No, it was
happening.
not.
I think of a dirty needle. I think of a dirty needle.
It's not sterile. And there was in one corner we had gotten 2 dozen donuts and a bunch of champagne and just and glittering and painting each other and doing all these weird things. The other corner somebody's tattooing themselves. This whole hotel room is basically just rented out to friggin' all the people in Wobbleland. So it's just a bunch of just ravers running around with no clothing on, strung out, trying to interact with each other. It was the craziest thing. It was the craziest thing.
Dude, the thing,
yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that is a fucking lifestyle. That is part of our culture today, and a good section of my friend, in my friend group, you're in my friend group, in the collective friend group that I talk to, a good amount, they've been to raves and festivals and stuff, maybe 1 or 2, or if then a lot haven't even been, but
yeah.
A good amount of people don't realize that is literally a fucking lifestyle that a lot of people live, and especially in Slow, with Cal Poly and all that,
totally.
You are a die-hard rave head, and I've witnessed this. I have literally been to either one night concerts with you, or just something where our friend group goes together, because this occasionally happens when we all just head out somewhere, definitely. And you just you're on the fucking rail and you're just going douche douche douche, and you, what is that, and you headbang the fuck out of your head.
I used to, oh my gosh, okay, so you've been gone for a year, so it's been a little different, but freshman and sophomore year, it was just all so new to me. I like rewind a little bit. I think it's like really interesting because like our parents' culture in the years before that were like there was like Woodstock and Live Aid and these crazy big festivals, but they weren't like they were like a once a year type thing, or like they were the biggest thing in the world, but they weren't like this is an every weekend type thing. Like there's so many festivals to choose from and like so many different opportunities and different types of music. And I think I started out like just being like overwhelmed by the scene and like so into it and so into like just partying and being free, and like I'd never met such an accepting community of people, and like all my friends were involved in it. And then like not like it got sick of it, but just like shifted my whole perspective on it as like this is instead of just like this overwhelming experience, like this is like I can have a little bit more control over it. I don't know how to put it, like instead of it having control over me, like I can have a little bit more control over it and like know where I'm going and know who I'm listening to and knowing, and then it like kind of even transitioned to like all of my friends being involved in music itself. So then like I got involved, like my friends and I, like we got involved in music ourselves instead of being like a spectator. We decided to be like on the other side of it. And I think it was like the transitional process to that point, like what you experienced, the crazy like shuffling, headbanging Marlee, that was just like going to everything and like I think that's been reined in a little bit, but I'm still pretty crazy, I'd say.